Words of Sri Aurobindo from the book The Mother, Part 2, Letters on the Mother by Our Lord, Chapter 9, The Mother and the Working of the Ashram, page 303, last stanza. It is not the mind, says Sri Aurobindo. It is not the mind, but the lower vital that gets troubled after pranam. All the rest comes in as suggestions because the gate has been opened to them by this trouble. There are certain stock tricks of the adverse forces to disturb the sadhana, and one of them is this notion in the lower vital of not having been perfectly blessed at pranam, or not having got a smile, or not the proper kind of smile, or of the mother's face being serious and severe. Whoever lets in that feeling, immediately suggestions of revolt, depression, or dissatisfaction pour into his mind. The only thing to be done for that is to cast off patiently all acceptance of this feeling, knowing that it is a drop of poison from the adversary. Date 28th July 1936. It is certainly your imagination, says Sri Aurobindo. It is certainly your imagination which makes you think that the mother was indifferent or hard to you at pranam. The mother, on the contrary, made a special concentration in her blessing to help you. There are a certain number of sadhaks who, when she does that, invariably ask, "Why were you displeased and hard with me today?" While there are others who cry out if there is the slightest departure from the ordinary movements, assuming that the mother must have had a deliberate intention in it, and that intention necessarily unfavorable to them, an intention of indifference or displeasure. And very often, when she smiles more than usual in order to give them courage, they write to her that she was very serious that day and did not smile at all. Do not allow yourself to catch this infection and become one of them, for it carries a great obstacle or to the help given and opens the door to serious vital troubles. Open yourself simply to the mother's help with complete trust and confidence. That is the best way of not feeling far from the mother. The mother did not know at that time of your having spoken to X, so your conjecture of that being the cause of her fancied displeasure is quite groundless. It is quite wrong to think that the mother gets displeased and angry with the sadhaks and shows it with her actions at pranam. This kind of idea of the divine or of the mother is a very mistaken one, and you should not allow it to get hold of you. Date 5th July 1935. When the mother does not smile at pranam, it is not from displeasure, but in almost every case for some reason not connected with any action of the sadhak, either from absorption or concentration on something that is being done. As you say, it does not matter. What is important is to receive what has to be received. Date 4th November 1934. It is a mistake to think that the mother's not smiling means either displeasure or disapproval of something wrong in the sadhak. It is very often merely a sign of absorption or of inner concentration. On this occasion, the mother was putting a question to your soul. Date 31st July 1938. It is a great pity, says Sri Aurobindo, it is a great pity you allowed the thought that mother was severe with you to come in and throw you down. These thoughts are never true, and whenever a sadhak indulges it, he is always invaded by the old moments. The mother's love and kindness have always been the same and will always remain the same to you. So you would never accept this idea that she is displeased to you. So you would never accept this at all. But whatever the mistakes or difficulties, our help will be with you, and the mother's force will work to bring you out and get you back the psychic openness and peace which you had for many days this time, and which is bound to return and become permanent after a while. Date 19th November 1935. Question. People get trouble when they see the mother looking serious instead of smiling. They find it difficult not to feel that they have displaced her in some way or the other. For this, Sri Aurobindo says, the whole foundation of the difficulty is erroneous. It is the wrong idea that if mother is serious, it must be because of some personal displeasure against me. Each sadhak who complains of the being, the me, I have repeated 100 times to complaints that it is not so, but nobody will give up this idea. It is too precious to the ego. The others decided that the mother's seriousness is due to some absorption in some work that she is doing, or very quite often due to some strong attack of the hostile forces in the atmosphere. Date 19th April 1935.